Hello there, everybody. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that have never been here before, please check out the content. Hit the subscribe button. Help the channel grow. We have a lot of good content for you to check out related to the prison system all around the country, related to my 17 years inside of the prison system, related to a lot of criminal cases that are taking place. We deal with the facts here. We're not too concerned about feelings. We are not too concerned about the gossip and all the irrelevant little things that take place in criminal cases. We like to talk about the facts. This way I could stand behind what I speak. And when I do give you my opinion, I will let you know what it is. I am here to talk about briefly the Ava Moore case in the state of Texas. The young lady who was killed by a woman or a girl on a wave runner jet ski. Um, and there's some facts about that case that are pretty upsetting. What's going on in Texas? I don't know what's going on in Texas. We have the Ashley Long case that's taken place in Texas. She was recently killed. I just did a video on her. We have the Carmelo Anthony case and Austin Metcalf case that's taking place in Texas right now. And now we have this case that just happened, which is taking place in Texas as well. So a lot going on. So Ava Moore was an 18-year-old girl who was on the river kayaking. She was on the Grapevine River in Texas, and she was killed by a woman named. This name is not easy, so you have to bear with me. Her name was DeCanon Alejandro Gonzalez Gonzalez. The Alejandro Gonzalez Gonzalez, and she went on the run. After she struck Ava Moore, who let me first show you a picture of Ava Moore. That's Ava Moore, and Ava Moore was 18 years old. She was on the river kayaking. She saw Gonzalez riding recklessly and speeding, according to witnesses, and she was attempting to get out of the way and get away from Gonzalez, who was riding on the river like a nut around swimmers, around kayakers, around boaters. So obviously she didn't have the experience or the caring nature to be careful around other people. And here's a picture of Gonzalez. So after Gonzalez hits her and kills her, she decides to go on the run. Not her first time on the run, because Gonzalez is an illegal immigrant from Venezuela, and she hits her and starts gesturing to her friends like, "Hurry up, come here, come here, come here," because she just hit someone and she's attempting to escape right away. And she has a male companion with her. The male companion is Mikel Cawaldo Perso, also another illegal immigrant in America illegally from Venezuela. So these two illegal immigrants kill Ava Moore, who was a U.S. Air Force graduate, academy graduate, getting ready to go into the military, 18 years old. These two illegal immigrants kill a academy graduate, 18 years old, and then flee the scene. When they flee the scene, they jump into their car, and they're panicking so much that they crash into two cars as they're fleeing the scene. So there's a couple of motor vehicle accidents. And then they get out of their car and they decide to run. They take off. And there's her picture, Gonzalez's picture. The canon Alejandro Gonzalez's picture is put all over the internet as they're looking for her because she's hiding. And they eventually arrest her and find her in a place where she was renting a room and take her into custody. This happened in North Texas. She is now facing the most serious charge that she's facing is manslaughter. It's not a murder charge. There's no intention to kill someone. In order to have murder, you have to there has to be intention there. So they charged her with manslaughter. Um, and the whole truth of this matter is, whether people like to hear it or not, is that if she wasn't in the United States of America illegally, Ava Moore would be alive today. That's a fact. She was killed by someone that didn't even belong in the country. I wonder if the Democrats are going to go fight to have Gonzalez removed from prison and say that she shouldn't be removed in prison. You know, just like when Trump sent the gang person to El Salvador, and the Democrats wanted to go visit him over in El Salvador and demand that he be brought back into the United States. They want to demand that illegal immigrants be placed here in America. This woman and the man she was with did not belong in this country. There's something about this picture of Gonzalez that irritates me too. This picture right here. There's something about her. I just look at her and I don't know. There's something about her that turns me off tremendously. She doesn't. She looks like a person that almost. I don't know. I read people really good, so maybe I shouldn't say it, but she looks to me like a person that really doesn't care what she did. She looks like that type of person to me, and her actions after the incident reflect that by taking off and running and then smashing into two cars and running from that and then going hiding and not making any phone call to turn herself in or say she was sorry or say she panicked, you know. So there's just something about that woman that bothers me, even looking at her, turns me off, and killed is beautiful. There's something about this picture of Ava Moore that makes you feel proud. I mean, you look at an 18-year-old girl ready to go into the military and a graduate, and her life is snuffed out. Her life is cut short by someone that doesn't even belong here. And as I've said in previous videos, we're not going to get into the whole topic of immigration, because I believe in immigration wholeheartedly. It may not have been my grandparents that came to America, but it was my great grandparents that came from different countries, but they came legally. They came through Ellis Island. They got their social security numbers. They paid into the system. They went right to work building the country, on both sides, on both my mother and my father's side. A lot of my friends are immigrants. My friend Amir, his family came from Pakistan. My friend Joey came from Italy. I mean, I could go on. The list goes on forever of all my friends that came over to this country. And everyone, unless you're an American Indian, you're an immigrant, right? But there's a big difference between an immigrant and an illegal immigrant. They came over illegally. They didn't belong here, and they're taking lives. And that's, I don't know how people could find that acceptable, you know. So it's a tragedy that this girl lost her life, but that's what's happening. And all these cases recently are happening in the state of Texas. Pretty crazy. But you know what? This is a pretty cut and dry case. She can't say that it wasn't her. She was charged with manslaughter. And so now the question comes is, does she get convicted here in the state of Texas in the United States, serve her time here in the United States, and then get deported back to Venezuela where she came from? That's usually what happens under the law. You're not gonna send her out back to Venezuela before she faces the charges against her. She has to face and answer the charges against her, and she has to, suffer the repercussions. But that's what happened in this case. I figured I'd give you a quick update on everything's going on, what's going on with it. She has been arrested. She has been caught after going on the run, and we'll see what happens from this point on. All right, you guys enjoy the day, and I'll give you some more. I have a very good video coming up. I have a really good video coming up on prison, on being in prison. So you guys stay tuned, and I'll talk with you.